Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
Packers, Giants. Let's break it down. Let's preview. Okay. Looking at this matchup here, when you look at some of the numbers, I mean, that's how we roll with this thing. If we look at the offensive side of things, Green Bay's fallen outside the top 10 in terms of yards per game, 349.3 yards per game. And who is just a couple spots behind them? That would be the New York Giants, 332.9 yards per game. In terms of passing, Green Bay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're still ninth in the league in terms of passing yards per game, 237.4. Giants are about middle of the pack, 209.9. Rushing yards per game, Giants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're just outside the top 10. They're 11, 123 yards per game. Whereas Green Bay, they're inching towards the bottom third. Points per game, you've got Green Bay middle of the pack, putting up 23.7 points per game. Giants, bottom third in the league, 21.7. Defensive numbers here, in terms of total yards allowed, Green Bay is fifth best in the entire National Football League, 287.2 yards per game. When we break it down by passing yards given up per game, Green Bay, are they 2, 4, 6, 8? It looks like they're 10th, 195.4. They're just allowing through the air, whereas the Giants are about bottom third, 230.9. Rushing yards, Green Bay outside the top 5 now, 2, 4, they're 6, giving up 91.8 yards per game on the ground, whereas the Giants, second worst in the league, giving up 152.1 rushing yards per game. Points per game, giving up Green Bay, top 10, only allowing 19.6 yards per game, whereas the Giants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth worst, 27.3 points per game. So that's just, again, kind of a little how we start to preview everything, give you the rankings of where these teams are at and all that sort of stuff. But I would say this with the Giants, the thing you really can't factor into this, the unknown part of this thing is new interim head coach. It's his first game, Mike Kafka. You got Jameis Winston over there. Everybody seems to love Jameis Winston. His personality, everybody kind of follows him, and I think he is going to provide a spark. I do think Winston's going to provide a little bit of an energy, a little bit of a spark for this team. However, Winston, as we know, is very susceptible to turning the ball over as well. So, instead of coming out there, if I'm Green Bay's defense, I'm coming with this approach. Okay. We know Winston's probably going to provide a little bit of a spark. I think guys are going to rally behind him. Players sure seem to love the guy. And when you listen to him talk and his personality, it's hard not to, okay? But if I'm Green Bay's defense, I got to try to create some havoc right away. I got to create some turnovers right away and maybe suck out that energy right away. Don't let Winston gain some confidence. And in turn, if he's going to gain some confidence, that offense is going to gain some confidence. That entire team is going to gain some confidence. They're going to come in with some energy. And I look at it from the Packers' defensive side. Showcase why you are a really good defense. Go out there, manufacture some turnovers, put Winston under pressure right away. You got to come out hot on the defensive side right away. And not just like playing solid defense. I want to see pressure. I want to see some turnovers. I do want to see a little bit of an aggressive defense because I think that is going to be a big part in sucking out any of that energy that the Giants may come in with right away. Pressure, turnovers. Pressure, turnovers. That, to me, is one of the biggest keys in this game is do not give the Giants any hope. Do not Do not give them any little bit of extra motivation, energy with this one, because they are going to come in with it. We see it time and time again. When you have an interim head coach with that first game, then you throw in a different quarterback who players love, teammates love, and they're playing in their building. There is going to be an energy about it. A little bit of momentum early on for the Giants. And I think if you're Green Bay's defense, if you're Jeff Hafley, how do you take away that momentum early on? How do you grab that momentum early on? And then on the flip side, if you're Green Bay's offense, if your defense is able to give that to you, able to give you that gift, take it. Take it and run with it. No more slow starts. No more going through the first half and scoring a total of what? What was it the last few games? 13 points or something like that? That's ridiculous. And it's unacceptable and it's pathetic. It is time that this offense kicks it into gear and gets going right away. If that means you're going to run a little tempo right away, do it. Because it is clearly evident, it is clearly obvious that your offense needs to get started a lot quicker and get going a lot quicker. Help out your defense and by maybe taking away some of that energy, some of that momentum that the Giants are going to initially come in with. They may be coming in with it right away, but you could take it away right away too. I want to see Jordan Love. I want to see Josh Jacobs, this entire offense, Matt LaFleur. Let's be aggressive a little bit early. And if that means you got to start with a little up-tempo, even though it means you're going to, probably not have that 7-8 minute drive that they like to have that comes away with a touchdown, you take away a lot of time on the clock. If you got to run a little up-tempo right away, do it. If that's what's going to get you in a flow, if that's what's going to get you a touchdown early on, do it. I want to see this offensive line. It starts now. It should have started earlier, but it starts now. I want to see this Packers offensive line go out there and set the tone and win in the trenches and dominate. It's going to be different with Sean Rhyan at center. It's going to be different in terms of not only, what does the center do? Snap the ball. But calling out protection, silent counts and all, that's all going to change now. Maybe it'll be for the better. That's not a knock on Elton Jenkins. He's a really solid offensive lineman. But I think it's also fair to say that was that transition to center working out the greatest? I think you could say probably not. But I want to see this offensive line go out there and dominate. And the person that you have to pay attention to is Brian Burns on this Giants team. The man has 11 sacks already this year. You have to pay attention to where number 0 is at. Focus on him. You got Burns. You got Kavion. Abdul Carter. I know he's a rookie. He's off to a slow start, but still. Dexter Lawrence. They've got guys on this defensive line that you have to pay attention to and you have to account for. But right now, Brian Burns is leading that pack. We saw on Monday night, Jordan Love sure felt like he was feeling some ghosts. It sure felt like he was not comfortable behind that offensive line because some of the pressure. This offensive line, it starts with this group. Please, you have to play better in this game. And you have got to win in the trenches, and you have got to set the tone. It starts there. You have to open up. This should be a game where Josh Jacobs in his running game should have a ton of success. You're going up against the second worst run defense in the entire league. And you want to limit I know there's people that want to let Jordan Love cook. And they want him to throw the football more. But in this game, when you got a defensive line like that is giving up a ton of running yards, and Brian Burns is getting after the quarterback, what's one way to kind of slow that down or to neutralize that a bit? Having success in running the football. Maybe a little delayed handoff, a little, that sort of thing, a little draw. Let those rushers get upfield, and you run a little draw play, and then boom. There is no reason why Green Bay should not have success in running the dang football in this game. None. Bold prediction. Josh Jacobs, for the first time this season, will run the ball for over 100 yards. He has not ran the ball for over 100 yards yet in any single game. Closest he got was the Bengals with 93 yards on the ground. He will have 100 yards in this game. He will have over 150 yards, I'd say maybe around 160 yards total from the line of scrimmage. That includes passing and rushing. But I got it. It all starts up front. If that offensive line is going to fold and not win their one-on-ones, not win their blocking assignments, continue to allow pressure and not open up any running lanes for Josh Jacobs, it's going to be another grinded-out, slowed-out game. I got to see them attack it on the field. I want to see this offense be aggressive. It is time. It is time. I want to see complimentary football. I've seen this phrase being thrown out all week. A get-right game for Green Bay. I don't know if I'm there yet for a get-right game. I understand why people are throwing that out there. I understand that. I mean, we want to see four quarters. We want to see complimentary football. We want to see the offense dishing it out, scoring a bunch of points, and the defense shutting it down. No stupid stuff happening on special teams. I get it. But for me, I guess I have a little bit higher expectations, and I want a get-right game to be up against a playoff caliber team. Maybe that's a little too harsh in that, but that's where I'm at. But I get it. I understand it, why you're seeing a lot of people throw that out there. But that's strictly what I want to see. Aggressive offense, successful offense, aggressive defense, manufacturing turnovers, getting off the field on third down, putting pressure on Winston, not allowing him to gain confidence throughout the football game, sucking out that momentum and energy that the Giants are initially going to have. Take it away. Take it away. Be the alpha dog in this game. Because you haven't been the last couple weeks. Get back to being the alpha dog. Players that got to have a game for me. Completely agree with the offensive line. It starts there. 100% it starts there. But that's the easy one in my opinion, and it's the right one. But if I go a different route, I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. Like I said, my bold prediction, I think he rushes for over 100 yards for the first time this year. Over 150 yards, 160 yards total from the scrimmage, from line of scrimmage. So that's where I'm at. Josh Jacobs got to have a game. You're going up against a porous run defense. Let's dominate on the ground. That's my offensive player that's got to have a game. My defensive player that's got to have a game. I could go a couple different routes here. I could go with a guy like Micah Parsons to get after Jameis Winston. I could go with Xavier McKinney coming away with some picks. Honestly, those are the two guys I'm kind of at right now. Maybe even a little Evan Williams. But I am going to go with Micah Parsons. I want to see him continue to play at a high level, but just wreck this game and just get after it and take away any confidence that Winston may come in with right away. Just rip it away. Rip it away right away. Take it away from him. Snatch it. That's what I want. So, Josh Jacobs, Micah Parsons are my picks for players who have got to have a game. You know, all the talk, too, and about interim head coach with the Giants, kind of on the job, maybe on the job interview sort of thing. Mike has been interviewed for head coaching jobs for the last couple of years and such. So maybe I'm sure he can downplay it, but let's be real. He's thinking, hey, this is a chance for me to maybe win the job full time, depending on how the team performs and such. So I'm sure that's a factor. It is a factor. You could, again, downplay it and such. But is this also a possibility? Is it also kind of crossed the mind of one Jeff Hafley? Hafley's going to have a ton of family there. He said he bought 30 tickets for the game for his family. He's from Jersey. His family's in Jersey right now. So there is a lot of speculation and thoughts whether Hafley could be the eventual head coach for the New York Giants. And if he goes out there and this defense just wreaks havoc against this Giants team, that might be something the Giants don't forget. I mean, they're probably already kind of, I would imagine, they're eyeing him up, especially after the defense slowing down the Eagles this past week. Hafley's kind of downplayed it and such. He said that his family's been paying more attention to it than he has, which maybe so, but it's crossed his mind. And I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. Jeff Hafley will have a head coaching job somewhere. Some Packers fans are probably hoping that it's going to be with Green Bay. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about this game. I mean, call me a nervous Nelly or whatever, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Okay, that's the truth. And it's because of what we have seen from Green Bay these past couple of weeks, or even some other games throughout this season, playing a little bit down to the competition, but also factoring in the interim head coach, different quarterback that teammates love. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Of course I am. That's why I just want this game to, Green Bay coming in hot and just putting up a boatload of points in the first half. Because I could tell you Sunday morning when I wake up and it's a noon kickoff and we're getting closer, I'll be nervous. And once that game starts and it's kickoff and they're off to a little bit of a slow start, I'm really going to be nervous and I might be a little bit upset and a little bit annoyed. So, no question am I a little bit nervous heading into this one. And I think if you're a fan, majority probably feel the same way. Maybe some are just uber confident in this thing, which is great. But yeah, I'm definitely a little bit nervous. But it's a heck of an opportunity, though, too, for Green Bay to bounce back and put themselves back into first place in the division. Not that they should be doing any scoreboard watching, but we can, as fans, we can do a little bit of scoreboard watching. But Green Bay taking on Minnesota. You have Chicago visiting the Vikings. Sorry, Packers fans, but you probably want to cheer for the Vikings in this one. Give Chicago their fourth loss of the season. Drop them down to 6-4. Chicago's ahead of you in the standings. So you got to root for Minnesota in this one. And then a fantastic matchup for Sunday Night Football, Detroit visiting the Eagles. Philly wins. Detroit gets their fourth loss of the season. Detroit loses. Chicago loses. Green Bay wins. Green Bay's back into first place in the division. That's what you kind of have to hope for, cheer for this weekend if you're doing a little scoreboard watching. Green Bay can't do that. No. They don't have the luxury to do that. They got to take care of their own business, and they got to focus on themselves. That's what they got to do. Take care of yourself. You still control your destiny because of all the division games that they play and where the standings are and the records are in this division. They still could control a lot. And as we know, this stretch run here is incredibly difficult for Green Bay. And the Giants game, I think, has, with the changes that the Giants have done, makes this stretch run a little bit more difficult for Green Bay, because maybe we were looking at this matchup here not that long ago and saying, all right, that's their easiest game. But right now, it's like you factor in some of the other stuff. Because next week you got Minnesota, short week then, Thanksgiving at the Lions, Bears, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, Vikings. That's a tough schedule. You're talking about, after the Giants, all playoff caliber teams. All teams competing for a playoff spot. So, but there's an opportunity. You got to take it week by week. Got to take it game by game. Focus on the now. You can't. Don't worry about the past anymore. You can't go back and like, golly, I can't believe we lost to Carolina or Cleveland. And man, if we would have won that, we would have been here. Got to erase it. Got to just knock it off now. Take it 1 week at a time. You're in a dogfight in this division. You're in a dogfight within this conference. You have got to take it game by game approach. Focus on the now, not the future, not dwelling on the past. You have to focus on the now. And that now starts with the Giants. Take care of your business. Get in there, go into the Meadowlands and get that victory. Then after that, you focus on Minnesota. You got to go straight up business approach now. If you're not hyper-focused, if you're a player on this team, if you're a coach on this team and you are not hyper-focused now going forward, we're in a little bit of trouble. Got to do game-by-game approach, opponent by opponent. It's a must. You don't have any wiggle room. You don't have any room for error going forward. It's going to take everybody on this ball club. Coaching, players, et cetera, et cetera. Matt LaFleur, here you go, man. Embrace the challenge. Pressure is a privilege. You, dude, are under some serious pressure. Whether it's maybe a little over-exaggerated in some circles or not, you're under pressure. The spotlight is clearly on you. And not in a good way. Well, right now, you have an opportunity to shut up some of the people that are questioning you. We're humans. We love to prove people wrong. When people doubt us, when people say negative things about us, we love that opportunity to go prove people wrong. And if I'm Matt LaFleur, I'm embracing that. And I'm using that, and I want to prove some people wrong. Go do it. Go do it. I know it's easier said than done, but here you go. You have a chance. Go shut some people up. Get your team to buy in. It starts with you. Lead this ball club. Get things turned around. And let's go, and let's win this thing. Go prove some people wrong.